One of the other football players told us that Hunter said that his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys, but also girls. And this is coming from a cheerleader in an email saying how aggressive he is. And Hunter's own mom is describing him the same way. Crazy. Megan Metcalf and cheerleader email both describe Hunter as aggressive. So my question is, why didn't the defense go into the aggressive nature of the Metcalf twins? So we're going to get into the email first, and then we're going to play the audio from the Metcalf's mom herself describing them as this. Welcome to On Go, everybody. I'm Uda. Let's get on go. Look now. They said, the other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, the disrespect we feel coming from some of the football players is making it very difficult today after our game against Liberty. Some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat bitch. I don't understand what triggers his rages. Specific words, y'all. Rages. But to tell this unprovoked made us really, really scared. There is repercussions or some sort of consequence. So we stay out of it. But for it now to be directed towards one of the people that shows up to every game to support and cheer them on is astounding to me. After they left Canes, one of the other football players told us that Hunter said that his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys, but also girls. And she is not only embarrassed, but genuinely scared, especially after seeing the way that he can act out on the field. I'm only coming to you because I feel that you should be aware that he is acting like this in public places, which is not good for our school's representation and is discouraging us to keep cheering them on. I'm sorry for having to even come to you about this, but after tonight, it truly feels like it's getting out of hand. I recognize that he may be upset that we lost, but there is no justification for the way that he treated my friend tonight. I would also appreciate for my name to stay confidential, as I fear what they would do if they found out that I'm the one or we are talking to y'all and leaving an email. This is disgusting behavior. Why no one ever went into who they were as people, their characters, because Karmelo's character is always called into question, right? Look at how scared that this girl sounds in this email for her friend, and not only for her friend, for herself. And they said they're discouraged to even want to cheer their own team on. They're on the same team as Hunter and Austin and don't even want to cheer them on no more because they can't have their own right to freedom of speech in a world where it's supposed to be freedom of speech in America. This is craziness. This is craziness, y'all. We got to get right into the audio from Megan Metcalf, but I want y'all in that comment section and letting me know what you think about this, because this is crazy. I see all of the heat being directed one way. Karmelo, Karmelo. But what happened to Austin and Hunter? I'll always say RIP to Austin Metcalf. Even Karmelo feel remorse for what he did, so I'll never say that he deserved to be unalived. But let's keep it real here. Who was the real bullies in this situation? Think about that. Let's get right into the audio.
Thing about the cheerleader email, we kind of talked to Brandon about it a little bit. He didn't go into too much detail because of his, and he just said like kids were disciplined, and that's
So the incident was that we had played Frisco Liberty that night and lost, and we should have beat them because they hadn't won a game in like 3 years. So, you know, the whole football team was frustrated and upset. And
so were they really trash, or like the girls was saying in the game that they did lose? Yeah, really wasn't that good. Let's just keep it real. So why you want to come beat down the girls talking about your hands is bisexual and not only guys can get it, but girls can get it, sending threats like that to girls? So you don't think that Karmelo felt scared too as well? Why? Because he's a boy, he can't feel scared? We seen them girls feel scared of them, feel that they was bullies, and their actions were now taking place outside of school grounds, which was a bad representation for the school. Let's stop lying to ourselves.
In like 3 years. So, the whole football team was frustrated and upset. And Austin and Hunter were physically upset even at the game. Like, they got in trouble from the coaches because, like, Austin threw his helmet. Hunter was the one who's kind of more of like he would get more upset about things. He went back out on the field and finished the game.
Hunter was the one that he usually be more upset about things. Seemed like she caping for him. I know that's her own son, and sometimes mothers do that. We know that. So I'm not mad at her because she's doing it. That's her baby. That's her son. You know what I mean? But look how she kind of pacified it. She kind of glossed over it. Hunter is usually the one that's kind of more aggressive, or he's the one that usually lashes out a little bit more.
He would get more upset about things. He went back out on the field and finished the game. Austin was like, I'm done. He was just, there was only like 2 minutes left and he was just pissed. He was just in one of those moods. But after the game was over, him and Hunter and I know for sure one other kid who was an offensive lineman went to Cane's to eat. And I'm going to be honest with you, the cheerleaders, I loved the girls. I wasn't a fan of the coach because as a coach myself, I was a volleyball coach for a long time. You want to encourage your kids to encourage the other teams and all those kind of things. And I felt like our cheerleaders just were like,
T. Diddy is a cheer coach.
She's caping for her kids' actions. She's not a fan of the coach. Maybe the coaches told him something about it. Said, yo, come on, man, what you doing? But she's not a fan of the coach. We didn't hear her say nothing about she went and disciplined her children and said, that's not the way you talk to somebody, especially me as a woman, as your mother. That is not how you talk to a woman or a girl. That's not how you treat women or girls. You're a man. You're a growing young man. You're a young man. Do not treat girls that way because you're going to grow up to treat them like that when you become a grown man. Something similar maybe to your father, allegedly, how he was treating your mother, Hunter. It's a fact, right? Come on, bro. But we can see where they got some of the behavior from, allegedly.
What's the point?
Yeah.
They were just like, what's the point? This is, our team's trash, this kind of thing. And the girls apparently were talking about the game and making comments about how crappy our team was. And Hunter, more than likely said something nasty to one of them because that's how he approaches things. And Austin just whenever.
More than likely, because she knows who her son is. She didn't say he did it. He just lashed out. It's a one-time thing. She said more than likely because that's how he approaches stuff. But no one brought up the aggressive nature of the twins. All we going to say is that Karmelo, the aggressor. Was good for the goose, sometimes can be good for the gander. But nobody ever wanted to look at the gander. They just wanted to point fingers at the goose. And that's nasty work.
Everyone was like, man, I don't understand why you guys got to be like that. Like, we're upset that we lost, and this is how you're not even going to support us. So there was not like a physical altercation. It was more of verbal of like, you guys are assholes for not, you're supposed to be.
Woman is caping and capping, bro. The boy said East Hands is bisexual. Not only guys could get it, girls could get it. Why she ain't saying nothing like that? She's glossing over all of that. I just read you the email of what the girl said. Sounds scared for her own friend and for her own self. Why the mother ain't talking to those points and those elements? Why not? Oh, okay. Yeah, we know why.
First School Memorial supporters and you're acting like we're shit. Mm-hmm. And you're cheerleaders on top of that. So
they were shit.
Fast forward to the email that was sent. From what I understand, the coach had talked to Austin and Hunter about just what happened on the field the night before. And then the coach had sent the email, and Coach Jackson, who was our head football coach, actually told them, if you have a problem, you need to go to the police, because it was off campus. And there was nothing he's going to do because it was off campus. So nothing came of it other than, yes, there was a talking to. And again, I go back to the original fact.
And why would they go to the police when they were the one that's the aggressors? I think that conversation was more for the girls because they were the one being aggressed upon. All right? You going to turn yourself in? Sound like people turn themselves in America today? Ain't nobody want to do that. So that conversation really goes to the girls because they were the one that was being threatened. They were the one that was being aggressed upon. You see what I'm saying? But look how the mother just glossing over it. Caping and capping. We got to tell our children the right way to do things, no matter if we love them or not. Because sometimes we're pacifying them and putting them in a position to become something atrocious on this earth. And we got to be the ones to tell our children something. So this is a learning lesson for all of us as parents, okay? Let's listen.
Austin would never disrespect a girl per se. Hunter, he could have some choice words for someone who was going to be disrespecting him. I'm just going to be completely frank. That's just how he is.
That's just how he is. He could have some choice words to someone that's disrespecting him. No one disrespected him. The girls were talking about the team that they're cheering on that lost the game, and they was playing shit in their own words. Okay, pardon my Francais, pardon my French, right? Is that a direct jab to him or to the whole team and how they played? When you watch a sport game, when Hunter watches a sports game, his favorite sports team, he might say the same thing. They played shite. They played trash. What's the difference? Because it's you. Did y'all play good or did you not play good? You act like the girls are lying on you. But look how the mom glosses over it. Nasty work. Nasty work what this woman is doing.
They were identical twins, but they were two completely different choice words for someone who was going to be disrespecting him. I'm just going to be completely frank. That's just how he is. They were identical twins, but they were two completely different type of children. But the end result, nothing happened in that regard. And then I actually asked someone here recently, you know, how it got leaked or whatever, how the email had gotten out to all these people or whatever. And someone had mentioned more than likely it was a mom.
Thing about the cheerleader.
Nasty work. More than likely it was a mom that sent out the email. However, kudos to that mom that released it. She worried about her child and she ain't keeping no secrets. Seems like you, Megan, want to keep secrets. And that's how we get to a bad place in society, wanting to keep secrets for our own children. We got to talk up for what's real. You got to speak of what's real. Everybody giving Karmelo all of the hammers and the nails. They're giving them all the hammers and the nails, but no one's talking about the Metcalf boys. Again, I would say RIP to Austin. I don't think he deserved to die. Like, I don't think that Karmelo deserves to be serving 35 years in prison right now. I think they both were young. They were children when this happened, okay? It's bad what happened, period, point blank. But everybody could just look at Karmelo, but they can't see who the Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf, those twins were being. Maybe they did have a bully and an aggressive nature. Did the defense drop the ball on trying to prove maybe some of Hunter's aggressive nature? But you know, some people could say they victims in a situation. It's kind of coming across like you're bullying the victims in a situation. But listen, if you're going to represent your client, man. Because they calling Karmelo's character and his credibility into question. Yeah. They saying to hell with his 3.7 grade point average. He a thug. One guy on YouTube said he King Vaughn. They went as far to say that. So look at this, though. This mother is not being a good mom in this moment. I'm not taking away from her years of being a mother because I don't know what she did as a mother for all the years long. But in this conversation, she's glossing over the things that her sons have done. And nowhere did she say, I discipline my children. I raised my boys better than that. And I told them, not only adults, not only people, but I told them that is not how you're supposed to treat women. That is not how you're supposed to treat girls. And maybe that's how you'll grow up to treat me like that, or maybe your own wife like that. That's what a real woman, that's what a real mother would tell her boy child, who's growing up to be a young man right now. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you agree with me. It's not about having a side in this thing. You got to be on the side of what's right. Karmelo did something. Yeah? To the degree, what did he do? Some people say M1. Some people say he deserved manslaughter. Some people say this. Some people say that. But do we ever talk about what the Metcalf twins did? How they were and who they were as people? No. That is something that gets glossed over every day on the internet, every day on that news. And just like we just watched this mother do, even their own mother is glossing over it. And it's sad. It's really sad. Salute to everybody. I want y'all in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thinking about this whole situation. What you think about those cheerleaders in fear for their life, saying, please keep this secret. I'm in fear if they find out that I'm the one that sent the message. She in fear for her friend. What do you think about the mother glossing over it? Never spoke to none of the elements to say I disciplined my son. I chastised my son. I told my son. I scolded my son. I told my son that is not how you treat women. That is not how you treat girls. That's how you're going to grow up to treat women when you get older. And you may even treat me that way. And Karmelo got all this blame of being some aggressive guy. But we can't see none of that in his background. It's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. I want y'all in the comment section, hype this video. Remember to hype this video, y'all. Hype this video, like this video, and share this video. I want this video out in the algorithms, and I want y'all all in the comment section. Don't watch this video and don't comment. Lift your voice. I want every voice lifted up, even if you're on any side of this. This is not an echo chamber over here. Every side can lift their voice here. I'm not deleting no comments over here. Hopefully, we just going to be respectful to each other. Hopefully, we all could do that. That's what I could hope. But I ain't in the business of deleting comments. Leave your comments down there and let us know what it is, because I will be responding to every comment in that comment section. Salute to everybody. Welcome to On Go. I'm Uda Uda. Welcome On Go. Make sure y'all subscribing. Make sure y'all hitting that notification bells. And make sure you're notified when we drop a new content. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn